Hi there, I'm your host Ali Khan. Today we are going to learn about standard ledgers and extension ledgers. Standard ledger has two types, leading and non-leading, and extension is a new addition in S4HANA. So some of the brief points we can discuss before going to the configuration. Standard ledger, as I told you, it has two types, leading and non-leading leading ledger. And the new addition in S4HANA is the extension ledger. Although the function of both of the ledger are same, but there are some uh, different in that in their functionality wise. Like leading ledger is the legal ledger, your normal ledger. Every company must have one leading ledger, and in SAP we call it OL. And with that we have non-leading ledgers. Non-leading ledgers, you can say it's go like a parallel accounting go. Whenever you enter in something in the leading ledger, it will copy in the non-leading ledger as well. And with that, SAP add one more function is the extension ledger. Same function will be happen like if you add something in the leading ledger, it will copy in the extension ledger as well. Now the question arises why we need, these two types of ledgers as compared to leading ledger. So in ECC we have only account base. You can say that we can enter account base entries if we want to uh, segregate the concept of ledger. I can show you in it's better I can show you in SAP just so. I guess PRO first you go to F0, then ledgers. So like previously in my old version of ECC and S4HANA, only this option is available. Like if you want to make some additional entries, you have to use some separate accounts, and in that you add in your chart of account these accounts, and when you are running the version accounting statement, you will include or exclude these accounts to make the reporting separate. This is the old version. You can say that it's account based parallel accounting. Now in SO HANA new versions, this function is available as well as the ledger function is available. Parallel ledger is available. So now we are not using this, but clients which have the old version of ECC, and if they prefer to continue with same in the S4HANA, then they will use this again the account base per recording. So coming back to our a brief, I mean there are two or three main points which you have to just consider. Like I have written as well. Standard ledger, it has two uh, types, leading and non-leading. Extension ledger is always has one standard ledger, means that either it can be a leading or non-leading. So it's an underlying ledger. Like underlying ledger means that whatever enter in leading ledger, it will copy in the extension ledger. Yeah, leading ledger is a normal ledger. Why we need leading non-leading? One reason is that accounting principle, like some company, like if I have a company in Canada and the second company in USA is using GAAP principles, accounting principle, and our company in Canada they are using a FIRS. So in that way we make two ledgers. In leading ledger, as it is a Canadian company, we use IFRS, and for our other legal entity in our company who is working in USA, they are using GAAP. So for this ledger we use GAAP. So this is one of the reason, and also income tax point of view, we can make two different ledgers. Non-leading ledger are not integrated with logistic, only this FI, CO, and assets. Then non-leading are integrated with the asset accounting for the parallel valuation. Yes, in the chart of depreciation, we can assign different accounting principle. Extension ledger cannot be integrated with the asset accounting and material ledgers. Yes, this is also the features that non-leading can be integrated with the asset accounting, but extension ledger cannot be. In non-leading, first two currencies are copied from the leading ledger, and remaining eight currency you have the you can use any eight currency. This we can see in detail when we are configuring. Yeah, this is also something you have to consider. In that non-leading ledger you have the you can change the fiscal year variant and posting period variant, but in extension ledger you can only change this posting period variant. This in extension ledger, this fiscal year variance gray out, you cannot change it, but posting period you can change it. And if you are not selecting, in both cases, the system will copy it from the leading ledger, whatever assigned to them, it will copy to the non-leading ledger as well as in extension ledger if we don't select anything. Entry in non-leading will not affect any ledger or any other and yes. So what happened like at the year end, if you want to enter for example, we have two ledger. One is leading ledger OL and the non-leading ledger is N1. So if we enter in N1 at the year end or any time during the year, it will not update the leading ledger. Only this entry will remain in the non-leading ledger. And what are the other benefits of extension ledger and demerit of non-leading ledger? That in non-leading ledgers, all entries are copied in the AC doka, and but in extension ledger these entries are not copied in AC doka. So the load on the database is less in case of extension ledgers. And other than this are independent as compared to can only be used in the middle. Yes, extension ledger, one of the qualities that you can introduce extension ledger anytime during the year. Like if there are for example 100 entries in your leading ledger and you add extension ledger in December, so all 100 entries will be copied in extension ledger, regardless that you not install this thing at the beginning of the year. But in case of non-leading ledger, if you introduce this non-leading ledger in December, so only entries which recorded in December will copied in the non-leading ledger. So means that non-leading ledger you have to add at the beginning of the year. Otherwise, entries will not come in. But the quality of extension ledger is that you can add anytime during the year, and all entries will come in that, and you can make some adjustment. You can make CO entries for the managerial purpose. So this is a very good quality of extension ledger, that for reporting purpose, for managerial, you can make extension ledger as many as you want, and you can make entry in that and show to the management. Now I will show you some we can just check it out and actually what happened. Like we go to SPRO/N. Okay, so a brief description of this parallel accounting extension ledger. and non-extension ledger. In currency type, you can see all the currencies in the system. You can add more currency as well. So so this is our currency. Like when we enter it, we use currency code 10. So 10 is the local currency. It is the currency of the country we use for the tax, and it is the currency of the legal entity. You can see where it is. So to check where is currency type 10 is there, you go to enterprise, yes, financial accounting, then edit company. So here you will find your company. So currency type is 10. The system will take currency from here. See, Canadian. So this is for currency type 10. 0 is the document currency. There's nothing. Then the other one is the controlling area currency. It's 20. You can see where is that as well. So the controlling area currency is again CAD. Its currency type is 20 from there. And the other one is the group currency. Group currency is used for the group reporting, and for this we have to go use user menu, or the T code is SCC4 slash n SCC4. So this is our client. So USD is the group currency. This currency is used for the group reporting. Then the next one is the global currency 60. This is for the consolidation purposes, and it is the highest level. Like you may say that it's a business group currency. So enterprise definition financial accounting. So previously the currency type 10 we have to check from here, but for this the group currency or global company currency you have to check from here. So this is our global company currency. So these are the main currencies we use for parallel accounting. So coming back to our okay, so these are the currency types. These are the different types of which different consultant has added. So after that, after these things, these are the main things that it's global or company specific. Like if you want to do like if you select 10, the company global, that means 10 we have Canadian dollar in 10. So global means that in every company, in every country, wherever our legal entity is using, this will come automatically. Canadian dollar will come automatically. But if you want that in USA, the currency should be different, so we change it into company specific. So it's like a by default kind of thing. Like if you select global to any currency, it will come same in all over the countries wherever your SAP is implemented. But if you select a company specific, you can change it accordingly. So after that, if you select these in global, it will come in this tab, and if you select company specific, it will come in the second tab. So these are the global currencies: 10, 20, 70. This is selected. Source currency is 0. We always select 0. It's a document currency. These are the rate. Any rate you want to configure. M is the most popular one, which we can use it. There's different as well. You can change it, but M is and here you can translation date, posting documented date, whatever your company is following. Just select this one. So these are the global currencies. Now if we come to the country specific one, like in our case we just selected even. So in that you have to add a currency according to you. So you have to, in this tab you just add a new entry, select your company code, currency type, whatever the currency type, and which currency you want to use it. You add this thing, and the same exchange rate and transaction date is the same as in the global currency. Like in our case, Q1. So 30 is the group currency, and USD I have selected. Source, again, source is document currency. You can select this thing, and again the exchange is according to your requirement. Translation date or posting date, document date. So after this, then you have to come to the ledger. Select whenever you make a ledger, or one leading ledger should be there. So leading ledger is there, and these are all the other ledgers what you want. Like in our case, I made leading ledgers. Leading ledger is automatically comes here, but non-leading ledger and extension ledger you can add it. So I introduce this P1 non-leading ledger, 1, 2, 3, and extension ledger as well. Extension ledger. So the things we have to just be careful that in non-leading ledger you just select standard ledger, and that's it. But in the non-leading, but in extension ledger you have to mention extension ledger, and also in underlying ledger you have to mention any standard ledger. Any standard ledger means that it can be leading or non-leading. So only this different, like just show you that ledger type. Like if I add E4, it's extension ledger for P1, extension ledger, extension and line ledger is this one. Then P4 for non-leading, P1. So standard ledger, we just select standard and ignore this one. It will not do anything. Let it be like that, and this thing should be blank. So we save it. Already entry is there, so we make it 5. So we added 2 ledger. One is extension, the other one is non-leading ledger. So now go to the company code. No, now we have to attach this E5 ledger to one of our company code. So we select better we go again from the, because it will create some problem. Go back. So E5 extension ledger. First I will show you the leading ledger of our company P1. So these two currencies are in there, P1, local and global. Global currency, these two are the controlling area, and our fiscal year variant is K4. Posting variant is 001. Parallel accounting, this somewhere we can untick, nothing to do. And these are the free currencies, 8 currency, up to 8 currency we can configure it. Or if you just select this, it will give you same thing in different format. So this is our leading ledger configuration. We use fiscal variant, the with 4 special periods, and posting period is SAM we are using. This is parallel accounting. I told you in the beginning that it is the old concept. You can use or not, it's up to you. And these are the currencies which is related to leading ledger. Now we have to connect our extension non-leading ledger with our company code. Like in ledger we have to write E5 and company code P1, and same with the P4 I believe with the company. So we have to assign the new 2 ledgers with our company code. So we go back to the ledgers, and these P5 is the new one and P4 is so we start with this, select this, click this thing, so this is extension ledger. So this is what I was saying before, that ledger is E5, company is P1. The fiscal year variant is grey out, it copied from the our leading ledger. And this one, if you have the, I mean, you can change it, if you don't change it, it automatically copy from the leading ledger, this posting variant. And this one you can take or untake, this is separate, I will make a video for this separately. So these are the 2 currencies which are already there. You can add one more currencies, so this will check it out later. So we assign E5 with our company code P1, and accounting principle if you want to change it, otherwise you can change as in our leading ledger it's GAAP, so we are also using GAAP for extension ledger. Save it. So now we have to assign non-leading ledger. Go back to the ledgers. P4. I'll write it down so I will not forget. It's P4 is non-leading and E5 is the extension ledger new. So we select this ledger and we have to assign with the company code. So company is our P1, and see in non-leading ledger both are open. You can change any fiscal year variant, you can take any fiscal year variant, but in extension ledger you cannot change fiscal year variant. So I'm using the same one. See these two first two will currency will copy from the leading ledger. If when I save it, it will come automatically. It is giving the message like I told you that in non-leading ledger, if you add during the year, it will not copy all the previous entries. But in extension ledger, all entries will come. So this message did not come in the extension ledger, but in non-leading. So we say no, it is not for our working purpose. So see, these two currency automatically come. You can add any currency in that if you want. Group 30 or 60. And accounting principles, as it is a basic purpose, that you can use different accounting principles. So we are using this one. So this is all you. This is the only things you have to do when you are adding non-leading ledger or extension ledger. Now we check the functionality, like how it affect. How two things we have to see that is there any entries in non-leading ledger? That is our ledger number P4, or and also in any entries in extension ledger E5 before entering anything in GL. So we will go to, just first we check it out. So FS tenant. So now first we check the entries, like I have entered previously some of the entries. So accounting code is this, fiscal year is 2023. So this is our leading ledger. So total is 1728 in 2023. Now same account 43200. Fiscal year is 2023, and ledger is, first we check the non-leading ledger, that is P4. There will be no entry in that, no data found, because as I told you, in non-leading ledger, if you introduce or add in during the year, it will not copy any entry previously entered in the system. So now we check the extension ledger. Extension ledger is E5. So it should copy all the entries. See 1728, 1728. This is extension ledger, and this one is. And at the top you can see E5 is the extension ledger, OL is the leading ledger. So now we will enter one entry in FB50. It will come all in all three ledgers. So document it is same. Document currency is this. In GL account we can enter say 43200 debit. Entry we enter it $88. 121 credit 88. Save it. So this document is posted, so it should come in all three ledgers. So again /nfs tenant. So I will run select the ledger. It's P4. So only 88 is coming in non-leading ledger. This is our leading ledger, so it has all the entries in day 5, in month. So 88 is there. Extension ledger as well. E5 is the extension ledger. So same entry 98, 98. So this what happened when we enter in, it goes parallelly in all the. Now we'll check like the main purpose of extension non extension and non-leading ledger, that at the end of a year or during the year you want to make some extra entry which you don't want to be has effect in the leading ledger. So how we'll do that? So we'll use this one, FB50L. In that you have the facility to choose the ledger. See, ledger group. Ledger group has also very interesting function. If you want to enter some entries, like you have three companies, three ledgers, different ledger, and you want to enter one entry in two ledgers simultaneously, you will make a group and select that group, and it will go to that two ledgers, not in all three ledgers. So document date, again the same today's date. You can use ledger group. Like if I select OL, it will be the same like I did in FB50. It will go all in all three. If I just want to enter in extension ledger or non-leading ledger, we can select any of them. Like P4, we select P4. So P4 is there. Now this is there's something need to be done, like document type is SA, but now as it is not copying from the leading ledger, it is this one is purely for the non-leading ledger. So system will ask the document number range. So this SA is in leading ledger, it we it is assigned the document number range, but for this non-leading we have to there are two ways. You have to create a document type new and assign a number range on that, or you can use the same document type and assign a number range for ledger group P4. We can see the system will give the error. Let's see, 432,000 or 99. So if again I show you, you have to consider it on this document type is SA, ledger group P4. So when I save it, there's order and there's error come. So it says that you have to assign the ledger is P4. So if I use SA, I have to make a new number range for this. As we don't have it, we have to make a new number range under our company code. So we will go back. So document number range. Here we make a document number range. We select our company P1, and now we have to add. So we have the last one is 64. Last one is 66. So we can make a new one 67, and as this ends up in 699, so 700 is the one. So we will add one more. Go up. It's 67 infinity number range, we make it 700 and 799. It's up to you. So 67 is a new range we have added. Go back, go back. Now, so this is a problem which the system is informing that in ledger P4 we don't have any number range for SA, so we can add, you can make any category as well. For, instead of SA you can make SFS, anything. So SA we use the same category, but the number range is now 67. We save it. Data is saved. We go back. Let's see. Either it allows us or we have to enter it again. Let's see. No, it allows. So document is 700 is generated. See, 61 many times 0 700 is generated. So what we did, we entered in non-leading ledger specific to the ledger non-leading. So what will happen, it will not it has no effect in leading ledger, and nor here, neither here. So in both ledger, in extension ledger and leading ledger, you will not find any entry of any effect of this entry, only in non-leading ledger. So we go to slash n fs10 and change the ledger to P4 and run it. So 99, yeah, 99 entries there. And if we check to the leading ledger, this is our leading ledger over. So in May there is no entry 99. This we entered in non-leading ledger. The same thing in extension ledger as well. This is extension ledger. So same $98. So same thing will happen if I enter in extension ledger. So only this entry will come in extension ledger, not in leading and non-leading. So this is the main purpose. That so again, the brief distinction is that before we have only leading ledger, then SAP introduced in standard ledger one more entry, like we have leading ledger as well as non-leading ledger. After that, SAP introduced extension ledger. This is underlying ledger. So what happened when we enter in leading ledger, it will copy in all non-leading as well as extension ledger. But why SAP has introduced non-leading extension ledger? Because as the function is almost the same, one difference is that extension ledger can be add any time during the year, and it will copy all the transaction, and it is basically used for the managerial purpose. You can add any entries and show to the management. But in non-leading ledger, you have to add or introduce this at the start of the year, so all entries will be go in non-leading ledger. Other difference is that in non-leading ledger you have the facility to change the fiscal year variant as well as the posting period variant, but in extension ledger you can only change posting period ledger. Other difference is that that asset accounting and the material valuation you can be it can be done in non-leading ledger, but in extension ledger it is not done. And the difference between leading and non-leading slash extension is that you can change the accounting principle as well. So these are the basic differences and common things in these ledger. The configuration step by step, I will make another video. I will show how to configure all these steps. Thank you so much. If you like it, please share it.